When we look at a successful person, our eyes notice the light. We notice the gold watch on their wrist, the wide smile on their face, and the confident way they walk. We notice the photos on the internet, the news stories, and the applause from the crowd. All of these things make success look like a shiny treasure that is easy to hold. But what we see is not the whole truth. It is only the surface. Behind the surface, there is another side. Behind the shine, there is a shadow. Every person who reaches success has walked through this shadow. They have faced pain, doubt, and moments of weakness. Success is never just a story of winning. It is also a story of falling and rising again. If we only see the shine, we miss the heart of the story. It is easy to believe that successful people are special, that they were born lucky, or that life gave them everything without asking for anything back. But if we look carefully, we will discover something different. We will see that most successful people had to fight hard battles, often battles that were invisible to others. Some battles were against the outside world, people who doubted them, rejected them, or laughed at their dreams. But many battles were inside, within their own hearts and minds. They fought against fear. They fought against self-doubt. They fought against nights of no sleep, mornings of no energy, and days of heavy disappointment. To stand strong on the outside, they had to first survive on the inside. In our world today, success is often celebrated like a festival. We clap when someone wins a medal. We cheer when someone starts a big company. We admire when someone becomes famous on television or the internet. But while we are clapping, we often forget to ask the deeper questions. What did this person go through to stand here today? What was the cost of this success? Did they lose friends? Did they lose sleep? Did they cry when no one could see? Did they ever feel so weak that they wanted to stop? The answers to these questions are often hidden, because people do not show their pain in public. Pain is quiet. Pain is private. Yet, it is this pain that builds the foundation for true success. Success is like a picture in a frame. Most people only look at the finished picture, and they say, how beautiful it is. But they do not see the many rough sketches, the mistakes, the broken pencils, and the wasted paper that were part of creating the picture. In the same way, when we look at a successful person, we see the result, but not the process. We see the fruit, but not the seed. We see the medal, but not the long training hours. We see the stage, but not the empty room where someone practiced alone, repeating again and again until they were ready. Success looks beautiful from far away, but when we walk closer, we see the scars. We see the long nights of study, the countless failures, the lost chances, and the quiet tears. Success is not just a bright picture, it is a story written with pain. Think about a student who gets the highest score in the class. Everyone claps and says, "You are so smart." But very few people know the truth. They do not know how many nights the student stayed awake, drinking coffee just to keep their eyes open. They do not know how many times the student looked at the same page, again and again, fighting against sleep and confusion. They do not know how many times the student felt tired, hopeless, or ready to give up. Now think of a worker who becomes a respected leader in a company. People admire them and say, "You are so talented." But no one remembers the long years when that worker was ignored, when their ideas were rejected, when they were told they were not good enough. Success looks simple from the outside, but from the inside, it is heavy with sacrifice. Behind every victory, there is pain that no one applauds. Success often looks like a beautiful dream when we see it from the outside. We see famous actors on the red carpet, with cameras flashing and fans cheering. We see athletes on the podium, holding medals and waving flags. We see business leaders giving speeches in big halls, dressed in fine suits. To us, they look untouchable, almost like they live in another world. But we do not see the hidden truth. That actor may have gone to hundreds of auditions and been rejected again and again before getting one role. That athlete may have trained for 10 years, waking up at 5 a.m. while others were still sleeping. That business leader may have faced failure so many times that people told them to quit. The dream is beautiful, but the road to the dream is filled with pain, sacrifice, and silent tears. We must understand that what we see in the light is not the whole story. Behind every shining star is a long night of darkness. Behind every medal is a story of injury, pain, and recovery. Behind every company is a story of empty pockets, long hours, and sleepless minds. People often see the result, but they rarely see the price. This is the illusion of success. It looks easy, but it is not. The student, the worker, the artist, the leader, the creator, they all walk a hard road. They all pay a price that is invisible to others. Some lose time with family. Some lose health. Some lose friends. But all of them give something away in order to reach their dream. Success does not come free. It always comes with hidden pain. Let us now look closer at the story of one dreamer. Imagine a young person with a big dream in their heart. Maybe they dream to be a singer, a writer, an athlete, or a teacher. They carry this dream like a light inside them. But the world does not always welcome big dreams. When this young person shares their idea, people laugh. Some say, that is impossible. Others say, you are not good enough. Teachers, friends, or even family may not believe in them. The dreamer feels alone. They feel small. They feel pain deep inside, because the world does not understand. But even though it hurts, the dream still burns quietly in their heart. This pain of being doubted is heavy, but it can also make the dreamer stronger. Rejection is one of the hardest pains to carry. The dreamer may go to auditions and hear the word no. They may apply for jobs and get no answer. They may show their work and be laughed at. Each no feels like a sharp stone thrown at their heart. It makes them doubt themselves. It makes them wonder if they should give up. Sometimes, they cry in silence, where no one can see. Sometimes, they hide their pain with a smile, so the world thinks they are fine. But deep inside, the pain is real. And yet, with every rejection, something changes. The dreamer learns. They grow. They discover that pain can be a teacher. Pain can push them to practice more, to work harder, and to never give up. Being misunderstood is another kind of pain. Imagine a young person who says, I want to be an artist. People around them may laugh and say, that is not a real job. Or they may say, you will never make money with that dream. These words cut deep, because they come from people close to the dreamer. It hurts when family or friends cannot see the vision that burns inside your heart. It feels lonely, like walking through a dark road where no one walks beside you. But this loneliness can also shape the dreamer's determination. When no one believes in you, you learn to believe in yourself. When no one supports you, you learn to stand tall alone. This pain of being misunderstood is heavy, but it becomes the seed of inner strength. Every successful journey begins with small steps, but those steps are often heavy. Our dreamer keeps moving forward even when the road is rough. They practice when no one is watching. They work when others are resting. Still, doubt follows them like a shadow. Sometimes they wonder, am I wasting my time? Other times they think, maybe everyone else is right. Maybe I am not good enough. These thoughts are painful because they fight inside the dreamer's mind every single day. But here lies the secret. Even when the dreamer feels weak, they do not stop. They may walk slowly. They may cry while walking. They may stumble and fall. But they always rise again, because the dream in their heart is stronger than the pain in their mind. To move forward, sacrifices must be made. Success is not free, and the dreamer soon learns this truth. They sacrifice sleep, staying awake until late at night to study, train, or create. They sacrifice fun, saying no to parties or games because they must focus. They sacrifice comfort, choosing hard work over easy rest. At times, they even sacrifice relationships, because not everyone understands their journey. Friends may become distant. Family may feel left behind. This is not because the dreamer does not care, but because the dream requires so much energy. Every choice feels heavy. Every sacrifice feels painful. Yet, without these sacrifices, success would remain only a dream. Loneliness becomes a silent companion on this road. While others laugh together, the dreamer sits alone with books, tools, or instruments. While others sleep peacefully, the dreamer stares at the clock, fighting tired eyes and a restless heart. Loneliness whispers, "You are alone. No one cares. Why are you doing this?" It is one of the hardest pains, because it feels endless. But loneliness also shapes the dreamer's character. It teaches them how to stand on their own 2 feet. It teaches them how to keep going even without applause. Without support, without comfort. Slowly, the dreamer learns that true strength is built in silence, not in crowds. Sacrifice is not always about things we give up. Sometimes, it is about things we carry. The dreamer carries fear, fear of failure, fear of being laughed at, fear of never reaching the goal. They carry doubt, wondering if their dream is too big or if they are too small. They carry exhaustion, feeling tired not only in their body but also in their soul. These weights are heavy, but they also make the dreamer stronger. Just like lifting weights builds muscles, carrying these invisible burdens builds resilience. The dreamer begins to understand that pain is not only a punishment, it is also preparation. Every sacrifice begins to shape the dreamer into someone new. They are no longer just a person with a dream, they are a fighter. They may not look like a hero to the world, but inside, they are becoming stronger than ever before. Their patience grows. Their focus sharpens. Their determination becomes like fire. It is not easy. It is not fun. But slowly, through sacrifice and pain, the dreamer changes. And this change is the true foundation of success. Yet no journey is complete without failure. The dreamer tries many times, and many times they fall. They fail exams. They lose competitions. They create work that nobody notices. Each failure feels like a heavy stone crushing their heart. The world does not see how much it hurts. The world only sees that the dreamer did not make it. But inside, failure cuts deep. It makes the dreamer question everything. Am I foolish? Should I quit? These questions burn in their mind. And yet, every failure also plants a lesson. Each no becomes a teacher. Each closed door becomes a guide, pointing to another path. Rejection follows failure like a shadow. The dreamer knocks on many doors, but most remain closed. They send letters, but many go unanswered. They ask for help, but many people say no. Rejection feels like the world is pushing them away. It feels personal, even when it is not. It feels unfair, even when it is part of the process. Sometimes, rejection breaks their heart so much that they want to disappear. They hide their tears, because they do not want others to see their weakness. But slowly, they learn that rejection is not the end of the road. It is only a test of courage. Failure and rejection hurt, but they also give wisdom. The dreamer begins to see that each failure is not a wall, but a step. Each rejection is not a chain, but a key to another door. They learn to ask, what can I do better next time? They begin to see pain as part of learning. They understand that mistakes are not shameful, they are powerful teachers. With every failure, they grow wiser. With every rejection, they grow stronger. What once felt like punishment now feels like preparation. Still, the journey is not easy. Pain never fully disappears. The dreamer continues to face closed doors, continues to face heavy doubts, continues to carry loneliness. But with every battle, their heart grows tougher. They begin to see themselves differently, not as a victim, but as a survivor. Every scar becomes a story of strength. Every tear becomes a reminder that they are still standing. Pain does not destroy them, it shapes them. Rejection does not end them, it teaches them. Slowly, quietly, they are becoming the person who will one day succeed. But there is another side to this journey, silent battles that no one sees. The dreamer may smile in public, but in private, they cry. They may look confident, but inside, they are scared. They may seem strong, but deep down, they feel weak. Fear whispers, "What if you fail again?" Anxiety asks, "What if you never succeed?" Self-doubt shouts, "You are not enough." These are battles no one else notices. No one claps for these fights. No one sees these tears. Yet, it is in these hidden battles that true strength is built. The dreamer's courage is not shown only on the stage, it is born in these private moments of struggle. Inside every successful person, there is a quiet storm. On the outside, they look calm, smiling, and confident. But on the inside, they are often fighting against invisible enemies. Fear is one of the strongest enemies. It whispers, "You are not ready. You will fail." Anxiety adds more noise, saying, "Everyone will laugh at you." Self-doubt joins the fight, shouting, "You are not good enough." These voices can be louder than the cheers of a crowd. They can make the dreamer shake, lose sleep, and feel small. And yet, the dreamer keeps going. They fight this storm every day, sometimes winning, sometimes losing. Their greatest victories are not always on the stage or in public. Their greatest victories are often in silence, moments when they choose not to give up, even when their heart feels heavy with fear. Many successful people cry before they shine. They sit alone in their room, head in hands, wondering if they should stop. Tears fall on the desk, on the paper, on the pillow. These tears are invisible to the world, but they are real. After crying, they wipe their face, stand up, and put on a smile. To the world, they look strong. No one knows about the pain behind the smile. No one knows about the nights when they wanted to quit. This is the hidden story of success. Behind every public smile is a private struggle. Behind every loud applause is a quiet tear. What makes successful people different is not that they never cry, it is that they rise again after the tears. And then, after many years of struggle, something begins to change. The dreamer's pain, sacrifice, and failures slowly turn into strength, wisdom, and skill. A moment comes when the world finally notices. It might be a small victory at first, passing an exam, winning a competition, publishing a story, or starting a business. The dreamer feels something new, hope becoming real. The world sees only this moment of victory. Inside every successful person, there is a quiet storm. On the outside, they look calm, smiling, and confident. But on the inside, they are often fighting against invisible enemies. Fear is one of the strongest enemies. It whispers, "You are not ready. You will fail." Anxiety adds more noise, saying, "Everyone will laugh at you." Self-doubt joins the fight, shouting, "You are not good enough." These voices can be louder than the cheers of a crowd. They can make the dreamer shake, lose sleep, and feel small. And yet, the dreamer keeps going. They fight this storm every day, sometimes winning, sometimes losing. Their greatest victories are not always on the stage or in public. Their greatest victories are often in silence, moments when they choose not to give up, even when their heart feels heavy with fear. Many successful people cry before they shine. They sit alone in their room, head in hands, wondering if they should stop. Tears fall on the desk, on the paper, on the pillow. These tears are invisible to the world, but they are real. After crying, they wipe their face, stand up, and put on a smile. To the world, they look strong. No one knows about the pain behind the smile. No one knows about the nights when they wanted to quit. This is the hidden story of success. behind every public smile is a private struggle. Behind every loud applause is a quiet tear. What makes successful people different is not that they never cry, it is that they rise again after the tears. And then, after many years of struggle, something begins to change. The dreamer's pain, sacrifice, and failures slowly turn into strength, wisdom, and skill. A moment comes when the world finally notices. It might be a small victory at first, passing an exam, winning a competition, publishing a story, or starting a business. The dreamer feels something new, hope becoming real. The world sees only this moment of victory, but they do not see the thousands of moments that became water for growth. Every scar became a mark of courage. Every lonely night became a seed of strength. They understand that without struggle, they would not be who they are today. The world sees only their shine, but the dreamer knows that their shine was born in darkness. This knowledge becomes their greatest treasure. Now, let us reflect together. When we look at successful people, let us remember that behind their smiles, there are stories we cannot see. Behind their victories, there are sacrifices we will never fully understand. Success is not a gift, it is a result of hidden battles. If you are on your own journey and you feel pain, remember this: pain is not weakness. Pain is the proof that you are growing. Pain is the fire that shapes you into someone stronger. Behind every success, there is a story of untold pain. Some people lost sleep. Some people lost comfort. Some people lost friends. But they all gained something greater: the strength to rise, the courage to continue, and the heart to never give up. Success is not only about winning. It is about refusing to quit, even when everything feels heavy. When you feel tired, remember that your pain is part of your story. One day, people may clap for you, but they will never fully know the battles you fought in silence. So, dear reader, do not fear your struggles. Do not fear your tears. Do not fear your failures. They are not signs that you are weak, they are signs that you are alive, that you are trying, and that you are moving forward. Every successful person once stood where you are now, confused, tired, and unsure. But they kept walking, and so can you. Success is not about never falling. It is about rising every time you fall. Your hidden pain today may become your hidden strength tomorrow. And so we end with this thought: the world may one day admire your success, but never forget that it was your hidden pain that built it. The world may clap for your victories, but only you will know the tears behind them. Pain is not the opposite of success. Pain is the path to success. Carry your struggles with courage. Let your pain teach you, shape you, and guide you. One day, when you shine, you will look back and say, "It was not easy, but it was worth it." And that, dear learner, is the hidden truth behind every successful person.